Yehova Eloheinu Zvaot, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. Start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love. Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, He, Vav, He. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Joshua chapter 15. The territory chose by lot for the tribe of the descendants of Yehuda, according to their families, extended to the border of Edom, in the Zin desert, toward the Negev in the far south. Their southern border began as far as the shore of the Dead Sea, from the bay facing southward, and went as out south of the Scorpion ascent, passed toward Zin, went up south of Kadesh Barnea, past Hetzron, went up toward Adar, turned toward Karda, passed toward Atzman, and went out at the Valley of Egypt, with the border ending at the sea. This will be your southern border. The eastern border was the Dead Sea, the eastern border was the Dead Sea to where the Yarden entered it. The northern border began at the bay of the sea at the end of the Yarden. Then the border went up to Beet Hogla and passed north of Beet Arava. Next to the border went up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. Then the border went up to Dever, from the Achor valley. Then northward facing Gilgal, that is, across from Amaleche Adumim, which is on the south side of the valley. Next, the border passed to the En Shemish spring and went out at En Regel. Then the border went up to Ben Hinnom Valley, to the south side of the Uvisi, that is, Jerusalem. And the border continued up to the top of the hill in front of the Hinnom Valley, on the west, which is also at the northernmost end of Rephaim Valley. From this hilltop, the border was drawn to the source of the Nephtoach spring and continued out to the cities of Mount Ephron. Next, the border was drawn to Baalah, that is, Kiryat Yarim. Then the border turned from Baal westward to Mount Seir, past the spur of Mount Yarim, also called Keslon, on the north, went down to Beit Shemesh, and past Timnah. Next, the border went out toward the side of Ekron northward, and finally the border was drawn to Shichron, past Mount Bala, and went out to Yabneel, with the border ending at the sea. As for the west border, the great sea was its border. These were the borders of the territory of the descendants of Yehuda by clans. To Caleb, the son of Yephini, he gave a portion to the descendants of Yehuda, as Yehovah had ordered Yehoshua, namely Kiryat Arba. Arba was the father of the Anik, also called Hebron. Caleb expelled from there 3 descendants of Anik, Shashi, Echaman, and Talma, children of Anik. From there he went up to fight the inhabitants of Devir. Devir was formerly called Kiryat Sefer. Caleb said, to whoever overpowers Kiryat Sefer and captures it, I will give my daughter Achsah as his wife. Otniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's brother, captured it. So he gave him Ashkezah, his daughter, as his wife. After becoming his wife, she persuaded him to ask her father to give them a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Give me a blessing since you gave me land in the Negev. Also give me sources of water." So Caleb gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the descendants of Yehuda by clans.
The cities at the outer part of the tribe of Yehuda toward the border with Edom. In the south were Kavzeel, Eder, Yagur, Kenah, Dimnah, Adada, Kadesh, Hatzor, Yatnam, Ziph, Talim, Belot, Hatzor, Hadattah, Kerot, Hetzron, which is Hatzor, Amam, Shema, Malada, Hatra, Gada, Hashman, Biet Pelet, Hatzar, Shual, Beersheva, Betziot Yah, Malda, Hetzar, Gadan, Heshmon, Biet Pelet, Hetzar, Shual, Beersheva, Beziot Yah, Bala, Ayim, Etziam, El Telot, Kisil, Horma, Zillag, Madmana, Sansana, Lavot, Shilchim, Ayin, Rimmon, 29 cities in all, together with their villages. In the Shiplah, Eshtaol, Zorah, Ashna, Zanach, In Ganim, Tepuach, Anam, Yarmut, Adulam, Sachol, Azekah, Sharim, Adayim, Gedera, Getoyim, 14 cities together with their villages. Zanan, Hadashah, Magdalgat, Delan, Metzpah, Yokatael, Lachish, Bozkat, Eglon, Kabon, Lachmas, Kitlish, Gederot, Beet Dagan, Naamah, Makkedah, 16 cities together with their villages. Labna, Iter, Eshan, Yeftach, Ashna, Nitziv, Kila, Achziv, and Mershah, 9 cities together with their villages. Ekron, with its villages, with its towns and villages. From Ekron to the sea, all those near Ashdod, with their villages. Ashdod with its towns and its villages. Azah with its towns and its villages to the valley of Egypt, with the great sea at its border. In the hills, Shamir, Yatir, Sako, Dana, Kiryat Sanah, that is, Devir, Anav, Ashtamo, Anim, Gashin, Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities together with their villages. Arav, Duma, Ashan, Yanom, Biet Tupach, Efcha, Humta, Kiryat Arba, that is, Hebron, and Zaor, 9 cities together with their villages. Moon, Carmel, Ziph, Utah, Yitzriel, Yokadam, Zanoach, Kayan, Giva, and Timnah, 10 cities together with their villages. Halkul, Biet Zor, Gedor, Marat, Biet Anat, Eltkon, 6 cities together with their villages. Kiryat Baal, that is, Kiryat Yearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities together with their villages. In the desert, Biet Arava, Medin, Shechacha, Nafshan, Ir Hamelech, and En-Gedi, 6 cities together with their villages. As for the Yuvisi who lived in Jerusalem, the descendants of Yehuda could not drive them out, so the Yuvisi lived with their descendants in Yehuda in Jerusalem to this day. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this complex chapter of land giving with its tribes? Chapter 15 of Joshua. We can trust in Yehova in the details of what he has to give you. Trust that Yehova wants to give you what you need here on earth. Trust that Yehova is our ultimate provider. Trust that the word of Yehova is very detailed in the land being divided up, and who it is by name that he gave the land to. Fight for the prize of a wife. Ask for specific blessings and for reasons you desire to be blessed. Line up your prayers with the word of Yehova. Aim to drive out all that you don't want to live with you. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can encourage others to trust in Yehova with their needs and desires. Bear one another's burdens. We can request to be blessed so you can bless those around you and be fruitful and multiply. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, self-control. We'll end with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehova will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehova will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehova will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.